Hello, my name is Jerry with 3D Printing and Painting, or 3DHP on Facebook and YouTube. And I wanted to give you guys a tour and show you all the models I've painted since last August of 2017. Everything I've done for my CR10 when I bought my first one. And then around November I bought my second CR10. And then around February, I'm not sure exactly when it was, they released the Ender 3. I bought that. And then here few weeks ago, probably about 3 weeks ago, I bought an Ender 3 Pro. And I want to show you all the stuff I've done. I've also, all my failed prints that I've got over the last year, I've saved all my failed prints. Supports I used to keep, but then there were just too many, so I threw all them away. And here's a kicker, I saved all my empty spools. So if I ever want to figure out roughly how much money I've spent, or I want to make a robot or a Christmas tree out of spools and paint it green, whatever it may be, I have tons and tons of spools. And I've got a video clip here in a minute, I'll be showing that to you. And also I got a clip where I'll show you all my parts, all my failed prints, whether it was from a layer shift, the power going out, which didn't happen, let's see, thermal runaway, ran out of filament. One of many different things that happen will cause your print to fail and you're not able to continue it, or you stopped it for whatever reason. I'll show you all that debris. I got it in the big box. Let me jump over to my camcorder and I'll walk around the room here and in a spare room, and I'll show you all the things I got. Most of the things I still have to paint, but I definitely have quite a few here, and you might want to check it all out. So let me run my intro here and show you what I got going on. Or actually, I probably already ran the intro, so thank you. Well, here you go, guys. Since August of 2017, it's been about a little over a year and a half, a little under a year and a half that I've been printing now. Here's all my failed prints. I don't keep supports and wraps, things like that, but every failed print I've ever had I've saved. And I got quite a bit of stuff here. Whether it was layer shift, under extrusion, thermal runaway, the printer ran out of filament, whatever it was that happened that killed the print and I had to start over, I saved everything in a big box, just so maybe one of these days I want to build a model out of scraps, make a unique robot or something, I don't know. But anyway, it's just kind of give you guys a heads up. A lot of people think I print really awesome. Well, most of the time I do, but everybody has problems. It's only human, and printers are man-made, and things break and things happen. And here's a whole table full of everything. You know, quite a bit of stuff here. I need to go grab all my spools, clear off this table. I'll grab all my spools, and I'll show you how many spools I've printed with in since last August of 2017. Anyway, you're probably going, wow. I'm sure all of you have a lot of stuff too like this, but if you don't save it, you might not really realize over a period of time how much you really accumulate. So seeing is believing. I'll be right back with the spools. Well, here we go, guys. I went and dug all the spools out of the shed that I had boxed up so I could clean up my garage a little bit. I've saved every single spool since I started 3D printing last August in 2017. Just didn't see a reason to throw them out. Originally I thought, well, one of these days I'll build a PVC body and make a robot out of them. My wife said, well, glue them together, honey, let's make a Christmas tree and we can paint it green. But that didn't happen, so I don't know if I'm going to keep them or get rid of them. I'm not really sure. I know I can recycle them instead of just throwing them away, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. But I originally started out, before I bought my first CR10 in August of last year, I bought a whole bunch of Hatchbox. Way overbought. I thought I did at the time. I bought a bunch of Hatchbox. And anyway, I got Hatchbox, AMZ 3D, Tiance, 3D Soltech, and the last one is CC Tree, which are very flimsy reels on the CC Tree. But it is a pretty good PLA. I had no problem printing their white PLA. I used to print in silver, started out with Hatchbox in different colors, and certain colors don't print as good as others. And then I started printing with silver with Tiance for a very long time. And then I could show off my models as soon as I printed them. I didn't have to prime them. So you can see lots of fine detail. And I started going with white and then priming with a rattle can outside before I would list them online. But I've got 17 Hatchbox, 33 AMZ 3D, 44 Tiance, 22 3D Soltech, and 13 CC Tree. That's a total of 129 spools. In my hobby room, I've got 5 partial rolls that don't have much on it, but I don't want to throw them out. I've got 24 full rolls, so that's a total up to this point 158 rolls. So an average price anywhere from $15.99 to $20 basically. And the reason I have a lot of different brands here is you really get liking a certain brand. Say it's $15.99 or $16.99. Next thing you know, everybody likes it and they jack the price up to $19.99. So then I try to fall back and find something that's a couple dollars cheaper. And I usually buy 10 rolls at a time every couple weeks. And a couple dollars matters to me. So I try to stay right around $16, $17 a roll. And right now I'm currently printing with 3D Soltech. And I've had no issues with it whatsoever, except for one roll yesterday was tangling on me. It was getting stuck and I kept having to pull it out so the extruder wouldn't have to yank on it. And eventually I cut it, I pulled a bunch of it out trying to fix the problem, and it was crossed under itself in a couple places. So I got online, I notified the company, and hopefully they're going to get back with me and reimburse it, give me another roll, if not 2 rolls for the hassle. If not, I'll have to contact Amazon about it and send it back to Amazon. So anyway, well, I'm going to cut this off right here, and next I'll show you my hobby room, what I got going on in there. Unless I've already done it, I'm not sure where I'm going to place this in the video yet. Alright guys, here on my one of my CR10s I call Lady Blue. I'm printing in rainbow by Asta PLA. It's a statue, a Canton statue of some sort of trophy. I forget what it's called, but it's changing in different colors there on the rainbow. Really looking cool. That's going to be a present for somebody, but I can't say who yet. The person might be watching. And then over here on my enclosure, my other CR10, which is called Mr. Coffee. I'm printing, what is that? It's a Joker diorama with Harley Quinn. Joker sitting in a chair, and there's a monkey and all kinds of really cool stuff in the scene. That's by Diego Herrera and his brother over off of Special STL. It's looking really cool. And there's my spool holder on the top up there I keep for all my prints. That feeds 3 different printers made out of PVC pipe. Rather than having a spool holder on each printer, I got one big spool holder. And it's a lot easier for me to change it and monitor it right there than to jump around the room. And the whole reason for this empty spool here and this one down here is just a guide for the spool. And I have an easy out filament sensor here on one of them. Or actually on all of the best of that one isn't there. And over here on the shelf, on the top shelf, I have stuff from Build It and They Will Come. It's a Star Wars group. And I have a lot of things. That second one there lights up, but I don't have batteries on it right now. And there's an alien baby that I printed and painted. Peo. I'll just go down the list here. Here's a Darth Maul. And all these that I printed, or most of them I printed right side up. I had 0 infill whatsoever. There's no infill inside of them. And my layers were 654 with like 10%. But there was no supports inside is the word I meant to use. And because the layer was so thick, it was able to turn the corner, make the head, do the top without it caving in on itself. So I was able to print with no supports, no problem. And she is also from Build It and They Will Come. They have 3 different Facebook groups, one for Star Trek, one for Alien, and one for Star Wars. And this is a model designed by Rob. I forget the name of it at the moment, but I'm going to chrome that. I just haven't done it yet. And there's a Hulk by Sanix. I believe I printed that at 150%. There's a Storm by Sanix at 100%. And this is a Star Wars character I originally posted when I first got it in printing. Tamposla. That's from Bad Robots. If you go to the website, badrobots.com, I believe is the website, you can download this and print it for free. STL files are free. There's Asta Panda's mascot, little panda bear. And then by Emilio Vitt, I've got, forgetting his name right now. Let me move him out of the way. If I can turn it. And there I've got a Superman by Emilio Vitt. I've got a Batman sitting in a chair in the back by Emilio Vitt. Hellboy, that's it. Or he calls him Hellman. It's called Hellman, which is a version of Hellboy. And we have Jason from Friday the 13th by Amelia Vitt. Really looks cool. I would love to make that full size, but it just, the PLA and the expense would be enormous. But that'd be scary walking in the room, not standing in the corner. You're always going to wonder, is it real or is it just a model? Set back down. And at fab360.net, Goo has some really cool little models here. You print them out and you snap them together. They're really cool. They're fun to print, fun to put together. And over at U3D Print Shop, Megs has done some really amazing work here. I'm not sure if he designed all of them, but U3D Print Shop. There's a Hulk. And here's another Red Hulk that I did by him, or his group. I've got a Black Panther in the back by Sanix. And there's a Flash back there by Sanix also. And an early version of Aquaman when I first started painting. It needs to be repainted. There's a Goro. Catwoman. Another Batman. And over at 3dprintfigures.com, I was trying to find my name there. I'm forgetting some of my names. Dennis Moore or his designers. I'm not sure which. It was him or his brother or somebody else. Designed these. I just got it painted recently. Cyclops and Jean Grey. They done a small bust also. And here's a Deadpool I just printed by them. The color scheme on the guy on the floor that's dead, it's kind of an orange. His render on his website, I try to kind of keep with his render and make it that color. So some of the colors aren't exactly the same, but I try to follow people's renders when they make an item and they list it. There's a Terminator by Sanix I did. It's a full-size head, which lights up. Let me see if I can find the light back here and I'll click it on for you. There you go. Yeah, it looks really cool. That was fun to print and paint. And I got a Probe Droid by Build It and They Will Come that I printed. I forget the scale on it. And down lower I've got a Shazam by Megs at U3D Print Shop. And by Frag Mintz, I've got the Thundercats back there. Got Lionel laying down. He was printed at 100% scale and he is huge. And then there's the other three here. I got them printed at 200% scale, so they roughly match the size of the first one. I'm losing some light on the camera. And then I got a Daredevil and laying there, which has a base that's covered up. Daredevil and, boy, I can't think of her name. But they're from Sanix. And I got a Clark Kent and Superman right here. This is by Frag Mintz. His glass is messed up a little bit there, so I puttied him and I have to go prime that before I can paint it. It's a very cool little statue. I also have a full-size Superman standing on all these buildings by Frag Mintz. I haven't painted it yet, printed it yet, but I need to get it done. I just get backed up buying files constantly and printing this and printing that, and I just get, you know, every day something new is coming out, and almost every day I buy something new. Here's a robot girl that I forget where I bought that at, but I need to get her painted. And here's a Ghostbusters diorama I did by Sanix. I reprinted the top of the light pole in clear PLA and the ghosts, so when I put lights in them, they'll light up, because the ones that are there, here, let's pull back a little bit, you can see it. The ones that are there are painted white or silver, and they don't light up. So it took me 3 or 4 months, but I finally reprinted them. I just got to get them glued on now. That looks really cool with lights on it. That was a lot of fun to print. That's at 100% scale. I believe it's Malik's 3D Design. You can go over there, you can pick this up. All this models right now are 70% off, so it's just awesome, an awesome deal. Everybody should go over there and buy all the stuff. It's such a great deal. And then here's my Ender 3 Pro. It's got some parts to the back of the chair on the Joker diorama. Here's my regular Ender 3 setting. I gotta get another print started here in a little bit. On the bottom banner, it's kind of hard to see, but I've got a Hulk diorama that came off of the special STL group. You pre-order it, it's really cool. It's like, I don't know, 22 or 23% scale. And I got a Batgirl down there next to it, it's kind of hard to see. And the Batman for the diorama, I'll show you here in a minute. And that's Vampira by, boy, am I forgetting names today. There's another one by Megs. Emilio Vitt, Vampiras by Emilio Vitt. And there's a bunch of my different PLA there. AMZ 3D, Hatchbox, and 3D Soul Tech. I got a couple rolls of Tyance wood, and then I got some ABS from Hatchbox that I've had for quite a while. And over here on this table, I've got all kinds of parts. I don't have any Z slot rails or V slot rails, but I have just about everything else for any of my 3D printers. Whenever something breaks down, I've usually got the parts to fix it. And if I run out of something or use it, then I immediately order it from Amazon to have it, because I don't want to be down printing and have to wait 2 or 3 or 4 days or maybe a week to get the parts in. So I try to keep plenty of extra parts on hand. And over here on another shelf, kind of stacked in the corner, I've got a bunch of parts. My soldering iron stuff sitting there, and zip ties, and a little bit of everything, so that I don't have to order it and wait. This top shelf here and show you some of my things that I got. Here's Stan the Man that I got. He's been chromed. The way to get a chrome finish on a model is after you print it, you prime it and clean it up. You have to spray it with a high gloss black. After you spray the entire model or whatever part you're going to chrome with high gloss black, then you can buy some airbrush chrome. I use Spaz sticks off of Amazon here, and I use US, and it will come out chrome. If you spray the chrome on a gray primer, it looks like you painted it silver. It doesn't come out right. There's a Supergirl by Sanix at 150% scale. One of these days I'll repaint her. As I slowly get better and better, one of these days, like I said, I'll repaint her, make her look better. Then off of Thingiverse, I've got Jules Verne's 2000 Leagues Under the Sea of the Nautilus I need to finish working on. And that Freddy over there, that's not a 3D print. And then here's 2 tubes, the Star Wars head. They're not wearable, it's a static display off of Build It and They Will Come. There's a Wonder Woman from Sanix. A long time ago I printed, but I started to do the face and I just kind of moved on and I got to finish painting it. Death Trooper, Stormtrooper off of Thingiverse. Grandpa Munster off Thingiverse. Here's some Sanix Alien that I've been working on. Ready to paint it. Some Mama Alien, looks really good. Just don't have enough room to put everything. And then from Asta PLA, I just made a video. I That's a sample of the male, and that's printed with skin color. Looks really nice. Two hands in the shape of a heart. And a small Logan. And then Chewy, that came off of Game Body a long time ago. It doesn't glue together, just kind of snaps together, which is kind of janky. I don't really care for snapping together models, so I need to glue it and paint it. Prime it. It's not primed. I printed it in gray PLA. Gray or silver, I don't remember. And there's, I forget the name, what that's called, something Hund, up of, from Sanix. It's really cool. Nothing moves on it but the mouth. The mouth will open and close on it. Need to get that painted. And there's another Joker in the back. And then from Kevin Sharp, the designer was Emilio Bitt. I have a Predator right there that I need to put all his dreads on and get that painted. And I don't know what that little statue is. My wife wanted it. And I got Heisenberg sitting there. I need to get him painted. And that's from Dam in Texas. And that's a little, what's his name? Groot candy dish. I forget the designer's name that Dan got it from. I have it listed when I posted it. I forget his name. Looks real nice. And here's a little mini Thanos in the chair. And then a great big Thanos, like 150% by Sanix laying there. Let me see if I can squeeze around and see his face. Wow, I started to paint it. His face is purple. Amazing. So I started to paint something. My wife's always pissed at me that I don't paint on the model. I just keep printing. That's life. I'm having fun, so I'm retired. That's what I do. And another Sanix model down here that I started working on and need to finish. Iron Man in the back there. That's off Thingiverse way back when. And that skull with the horns, that's from, can't think of his name offhand. Sorry, if you watch this video, sorry, I forget. Ned Rowland, that's it, Ned Rowland. And then when I first got a Connect scanner, I went in and tried to do a head of myself. I just tinkered with it. I need to work on the program, get it working better, but yeah, it basically looks like me. And there's another Sanix robot. That's really super cool. Need to get him painted. And a Groot and a Rocket Raccoon. I believe that was by Sanix. And then we got a Hulk there off Thingiverse, not painted very well. I need to repaint it. Not that I ever will, but I should. And we've got a Spider-Man bust I did when I first started painting. I think I got that off Thingiverse. And here's a dragon head in the back. Came off Thingiverse. I forget the man's name I got who designed that, but it looks really cool. He's got blue eyes. Let's see. And over here is my print station, and the whole print area here, I paint. I usually airbrush sitting here at the table, but then the dust from it or any of the aerosol from it just kind of floats around the room or lands wherever. So I bought this little paint station off Amazon. It's great for small models. Let me turn it on here so you can hear it. Not loud. But if your wife's talking and bugging you, just turn that on and you hear what she's saying, so it's all good then. Got a little dog in there taking up the thing. And here's one of the dioramas, a picture of it I printed out. Whenever, a lot of times, like I said, I try to follow what the designer does for a render on a picture when I go to paint things. So I might change a few things here and there, but I try to pretty much follow what they have their picture designed at. And here's a lot of my different paints. I've got airbrush paint. I've got cheap paint from Walmart, which works excellent. I just mix it in these bottles that I buy at the dollar store and make my own color, or just thin it out, put in the airbrush gun. I really don't like dumping thick paint into the airbrush gun, adding thinner and bubbling it to, you know, to get the right consistency. I'd rather pre-mix it in a bottle, dump it in, and start spraying. And here's another diorama right here I'm doing of Joker and Harley Quinn. Really looks awesome. That's from amzn.to group. And there's, let's see, King of the Sea, an Aquaman I'm working on. Or actually, it's kind of stopped working on it, but need to finish. It's really good, holding Black Manta's head. And Captain Marvel back there, laying down. I printed the flames in white PLA. I'm going to put a light in the bottom, and then I bought some clear, what's it called? Let me look at it. I'm having trouble reading the name. It's a clear paint, but I can't read the name on it. That I'm going to go over part of the light with, and then I'll put a red light in the bottom to look like flames to make it look real. And then if I ever want a silly putty model for painting one area or another, here's a great big giant egg. Dummy me went to Amazon, spent $25 and bought that giant egg of silly putty. That'll last me forever. And there's a Predator by Sanix that I'm working on. I got it all printed. I just have to get it painted. One of his blades broke off, sitting on the table here somewhere. I've got to glue it back on. Well, I got razor blades and dust masks and just all kinds of stuff laying here. My Iwata HPCS airbrush gun is what I currently use. I have the generic one which came with the compressor that I was using. This sprays a lot better. I like it a lot. And my compressor down there on the floor. It doesn't have an air tank on it, but it works real good. It tends to run a lot, but it's not very noisy. Fairly quiet. Let me turn it on here real quick. Yeah, it's not very loud. If you live in an apartment, it's not going to bother anybody, or even in the house. It's real quiet. And here's the rest of the, let's see, the Alien Predator diorama. I started painting the trees and the bushes. Predator stands on it. And basically, let me back up here. Oh, King of the Sea. Here's the serpent from the King of the Sea that I'm working on. I've got all the blue painted. I just need to come in with some white and dry brush it or something to try to make the water look like it's splashing like waves. But it looks pretty good. Again, this used to be a dining room in my house, which is now my hobby room. You know, I had a big table in here, but we only basically had company over on the holidays, so the room just kind of sat. So I told my wife, well, this is my new hobby room. I built some shelves in it. So we have lots of room. I originally built all these shelves. I'm like, well, I've got plenty of room here to put all my prints wrong. Definitely not. One of these days I'll have to start picking and choosing what I really like, what I don't really like, and start getting rid of stuff. I just have way too many things. I have some other prints too that aren't here I gave my son. I printed a few things and finished them and gave them my son's presents. So, but this is 99.9% of everything. So since last August, I think this is an awful lot of stuff. So, but this is my hobby. I'm a little bit carried away with it, but this is what I do. And I'd say the printers are working now. As soon as I get done here filming and get this on YouTube, I'll get the other two printers. The two enders will be printing again. And then they run all night. And as soon as they stop, I'll start something else and keep going. It's what I do and I love it. So, I appreciate all you guys that are watching this video. And if you ever have any questions, you're welcome to ask me on YouTube or come over on our Facebook group. You're welcome to join and ask. So, anyway. That's about it, guys. Let me stop this here and we'll jump back into the next segment. I almost forgot, I printed these out of Asta PLA within the last few days. Got a rocket, a base, a bowl, and a small chest out of skin PLA. They came out really nice. My prior video talked about these in it. The little chest is really cool. And the bowl is very thick. I didn't use base mode. It's like 3 or 4 layers thick, 4 or 5 bottom layers. But they wouldn't easily be crushed, and I could probably drop them and they wouldn't break. Well, that's about it, guys. I hope you liked everything I had to show you. Please like and subscribe if you have time. I don't have that many subscribers right now. I'm trying to grow the channel, but I know people want content. I'm working on trying to get more videos and get more content done. But, you know, I'm retired. I'm 54 years old. I do have a lot of time, but I'm printing, painting. There's always something going on. I've had a lot of health issues lately I've been dealing with, and they're not over yet. I'm not out of the woods, but I'm a lot better, as you can see. I'm getting there. But, you know, you're welcome to join us over on Facebook at 3D Printing and Painting, or 3DHV, whichever one you type in, you can find it. You know, there's a lot of great people on the group, and I'm involved in a lot of great groups with a lot of great people. And I hope you like this. Everybody have a very Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year. And whenever you may be watching this video, you know, we're here to help you. Anything you need or anybody else can help you, I'm here to answer your questions any way I can. I'm not a professional printer, or I'm not a professional at airbrushing. I've only been airbrushing for probably about 8 months now, on and off. And I'm slowly getting better. I don't have all the answers, and I have my own style of doing things, but I do my best. Whenever I have a problem, I either ask somebody or I go to YouTube and watch a video on it, or just figure it out for myself. But that's the world of 3D printing, is figuring out things for yourself and tinkering and having fun. So anybody, have a great day. So everybody, have a great day. Thank you for watching, and take care. Thank you.